finished Riverdale season 4. That's too loud. Okay. So I just finished Riverdale season 4, the last 3 episodes. I thought it was quite interesting. I can't remember the episode before the last episode. I'm trying to remember what happened in that episode. It's not really working out. Looks like I have a bruise on my head or something. But okay. Anyway. So I just watched Killing Mr. Honey, which I thought was a pretty good episode, actually. I thought the reasoning for being so mad at Mr. Honey was kind of dumb, but, I mean, I've never really cared for prom, and I'm only a freshman in high school, so I don't really know what the big deal is with senior proms. Even my sister, who's graduating this year, hasn't made a big deal about prom. She's made a bigger deal about graduation, which, in my opinion, makes sense. So, I don't really understand the big deal of missing prom, but that was kind of their, that was their last straw, is that he canceled prom, so they're like, you're out of here, which I thought was kind of dumb, but Riverdale does extreme measures for really dumb reasons. So we've seen this before. So, I thought the style of the episode was pretty interesting, how it was what they were really doing in real life to get rid of Mr. Honey versus what Jughead's story was of killing Mr. Honey, which he changes by the end of the episode, which was nice because as soon as I saw the letter, I was like, oh, that's going to be a recommendation letter of him, that he should get into. I think it was Iowa. It was an Iowa college, I think is what they said. But anyway, the last episode I thought was pretty good, and I love murder mysteries, so I thought that made it even better. Sorry, I was listening to my music. So I thought that made it really cool, is that it was a little bit of a murder mystery. So I kind of wonder if they added more to Jughead's story than just them, what else would have been in Jughead's revised version of his story versus his murderous story, which I would have watched, honestly. But I love murder mysteries and things like that. I think they're very interesting. I also think that the actors had some, good acting in that episode. They weren't horrible in that episode, which they usually aren't. But, Jughead actually, seemed like a killer in that episode. It was really weird. Because, even though he does do, violent things in the series, it's not like that. He seems, so emotionally detached from the fact that they just covered up a murder. But then again, I mean, they do that, every other episode, so. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I also watched the musical episode, which was just something else. I'm not sure how I feel about that episode. I think it was cool seeing Kevin in drag, though. That was kind of cool, actually, I'll admit. And I don't know if, other people like that or disliked it. I don't really care. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I've never heard of the musical that they were singing from, Hedwig, I think is what they said, Hedwig. I don't think I'm saying it correctly, but I've never heard of that. I don't know if it's a Broadway musical or an onstage musical. I only really watch movie musicals, so I've never heard of that, but so I can't compare it to what it's actually versus what the real musical was versus that. But I still thought it was an interesting and somewhat fun episode. It was definitely different from the episodes before it. The music episode always is in that series. Sorry, I'm trying to think about my opinions. So anyway, that was the musical episode. I wasn't a big fan of their rock music. I just didn't think their voices worked very well with it, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I just don't think it worked very well. And I do listen to rock music. I think I do, at least. I don't know. Actually, I might be thinking of the metal genre. I'm not sure. I do listen to music that's similar to that sometimes. I'm not right now. I'm listening to Shawn Mendes right now, but I do sometimes listen to music closer to that genre. And so I wasn't the biggest fan of that. And then I saw that we got some Betty and Archie romance, and I kind of felt bad for, like, Jughead and Veronica, because, I mean, I like Jughead. He's my favorite character, so of course I'm going to feel bad for him. His girlfriend was thinking about cheating on him. She didn't really, like, cheat. I mean, she kissed Archie once, so she, like, somewhat cheated, I guess, but, I mean, they could have done worse. So, I've never been the biggest fan of Veronica, so I don't really feel anything for her character, I'll be honest, but I know many people would probably do like Veronica a lot, so, I mean, it is still sad because she doesn't deserve to be cheated on. I mean, as far as I remember, she's never cheated on Archie. I don't think so, unless I'm forgetting something, which isn't hard to do, especially with my brain, so. And then I honestly don't remember the episode that was in between the musical and the last episode. I'm trying to remember what happened in that episode. But, like, I don't know if it was, like, a really boring episode for me or, like, what it was. Because I have, like, no memory of what it was about. Here. I'll see if I can. I think that must have been the episode where her dad beat up those one dudes who ruined Cheryl and Veronica's rum maple business thingy. Maple rum business, is that what you call it? I don't know. So, and then, I mean, it's kind of sad that her dad's lying to her again, but it's Hiram Lodge, so it's not surprising or anything. They're just kind of like in the same old dance, her and her dad. They're just like in the same old dance, I swear, every season. The only difference is she's back to believing him that he's a good guy, or turning into a good guy. So, take what you will with that. I don't really have many thoughts on it. But like I said, I'm not that involved in her character. I'm kind of more like, she's there. Okay, what else happened in that episode? I, like, completely forgot it. Clearly it wasn't entertaining. That must be what it was. I must have not been super entertained by it or anything. I'm assuming. I'm trying to think of anything else about that episode. But I guess I must not really have a big opinion on it if I completely forgot about it. Sorry, I keep having to fix my hair. Is there anything else I can speak about on this season? I think there were some things in my last review video that I, like, completely forgot about. And then, like, after I posted the video, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to even talk about that in the video. And once again, I'm filming, and I completely forgot any of those thoughts. So, that's that. Trying to remember. Here, let me pause this, and I'll think about any other thoughts. So, I think I forgot something about Betty's storyline. Maybe Veronica's. But I think I already re-mentioned Veronica's with her rum business. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe. Okay, so there's something else that Betty went through that I, like, completely forgot, and I can't remember what it is. I just remember that I rewatched my own video because I needed to check it before posting it, obviously, and I couldn't remember what it was. But there was something that I wish I had talked about in that video. Anyway, I think by the last episode, it was nice that they didn't have, like, 5 different storylines happening. They actually kind of had them all working together for once, so that was kind of nice in the last episode. I thought it was an interesting episode. I think some people said it didn't really have, like, this finale thing to it. Like, they should have tied up more loose ends. And I think I heard someone else call it, like, a filler episode, which makes sense. But personally, I thought it was an interesting episode, especially for that season. But no, in that episode, it was nice because everybody was working together for a common accomplishment, or a common goal. Common goal, that's better. I think that's kind of all my thoughts. So if you like this video, well, then hit the like button. That's kind of how things work. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just really bad at outros. You can subscribe if you want to see more videos maybe like this. I don't know if there's any more that I will be doing soon because I have no new shows to watch. But if you want to look at some of my other videos, you can. They kind of are all over the place because I have fashion videos, and then I have doll videos, which are also murder mysteries. So if you like dolls and death, there you go. Yeah, just kind of random videos on this channel. So if you like random videos, well, then I guess you can subscribe. Also, if you want me to do more videos like this, I recommend commenting it below because that is the only way that I will know that you want me to do more like this. But anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night. And yeah.